Employment and Sojourn team of HRD Korea. And then they have mentioned to us the forthcoming quota of 48,000, which has been decided upon last year. 48 additional quota for foreign workers from the 34,000 to 48,000 for this year. That has been earlier mentioned by Mr. Esla earlier on the Foreign Workforce Introduction Plan. So 3 months prior to March 31, the quota has already been announced. So given that, we had the occasion informally to ask if there will be any updates on the EPS program or the EPS KLT. There was not much significant updates that were given to us, except that there will be a continuation of the return support program, that there will be call centers to be manned by 6 Filipino-Korean spouses and 8 Vietnamese at HRD Korea, 8 Vietnamese Filipino-Korean spouses to answer para siyang hotline. It's just it's typical of a hotline service. It's an added service of the HRD, and then they also mentioned something about which has not been in effect, about inputting of your employment certification in their database. I had another meeting with HRD Korea just 2 weeks, February 14, because there's a new Director General, and so I made my courtesy call and I inquired, other than the exchange of pleasantries, I inquired on any updates about the EPS because of certain chismes, because of rumors and bits and pieces of whispers that we hear from Filipino workers, allegedly from their employers. So, itinanong ko sa kanila, meron bang bagong magaganap o meron ba kayong mga balakin? So, ang sinasabi sa akin, at nabasa nyo na rin yun sa newspaper, maghihigpit sa exams. I think it appeared in the papers, but I have not seen any official announcement on the matter or any official notice at my end. Incidentally, baka meron nang lumabas, but hindi ko pa na, because I've been in Manila for 1 week for a conference. Medyo kararating ko lang po kaninang umaga. Pagmamahal sa EPS workers at kay Father Alvin. Dapat po sa March 1 pa ang balik ko, but nakapag-commit ako kay Father Alvin that I will be around for the for this forum. Now, there has been no update given. Again, inulit na magkakaroon mga call centers and the like. Now, I tried to push on the situation that will there be any update on the law? Will there be any possible extension of the Filipino workers' term or sojourn? Kasi hinahanap ko yung scratch paper ko. Nakasulat kasi dun sa aking notes. Sinabi sa akin that there is no, at this point, one would be the Director General of HRD Korea is just new in the job. Dati na siya sa HRD pero bago siya on Foreign Workforce Bureau. None that I know of. Ayun ang sagot sa akin. Walang na-brief sa kanya or walang orientation na nasabi sa kanya that there will be an extension or that there are moves to study any extension on the matter. I also inquired kasi ngayon ang mga lumalabas na magkakaroon ng extension or an additional sojourn period. So, he mentioned to me that there is none. At the time that we have talked, and that was February, I think it was February 13 or February 14. Now, second is, there have been rumors again that the 6-month waiting period will be reduced to a 3-month waiting period. And I inquired on that. Sabi sa akin, hindi niya alam kung merong ganong move. So, pero di ba syempre, when there's smoke, there's fire. Kasi maraming chismis. So it is my, again, this is my personal opinion, na kung may mga ganyan tayong naririnig na haka-haka o mga bulong-bulong, maaaring meron silang pag-aaral na ginagawa. As I said, there is no official, there is no written document or instrument mentioning this to us. But since kami nga nagtatanong, dahil ang dami rin nagtatanong sa amin, there was even one, I think it was Father Cedric who called me up na pwede daw mag-extend, magbayad lang ng 2 million. So, meron daw ganung mga nababalitaan. So, that's why I mentioned, ini-English ko para din naiintindihan ng mga katabi natin. That's why I mentioned that on the contract extension and in the short term, yung waiting period, they said there's none. At the new Director General mentioned to me that there's none. And I guess, yun nga, nabanggit ko kanina, if there's smoke, there's fire, it may be that they might be studying, but of course, since it's a matter which may be being studied or which is being reviewed, then we cannot make any comment at the moment. Again, there is no official communication to us. I also met with the Ministry of Labor, the Deputy Director. There's a new Deputy Director of the Foreign Workforce Department or Division. And I also asked that I have heard some things about the contract extension, and again, there is no extension. That's what he mentioned. So, I am stating to you matters of fact na sinasabi nila sa akin. I inquired on, is there any possibility of the waiting period for workers to just have a shorter waiting period instead of the 6-month and the 3-month? And the Deputy Director mentioned to me that there is a law that says that it is a 6-month period, and he is not aware where I got the 3-month period. So, yun yung mga recent meetings or recent networking, the recent networking and linkaging that I had with the new people at HRD and MOEL. Now, last January 27, my colleague here, Attorney Wang, mentioned something about the labor attaches regularly meet. We do regularly meet and we do regularly coordinate with each other. There was a consultation initiated by the International Organization for Migration of the Migration Research Training Center. Ito yung parang training arm or adjunct of the IOM, and it is headed by Dr. Charles Harns. Dr. Harns used to be the regional director of the IOM, which used to be based in the Philippines. Now he's based here. He's not with IOM, he is with the Migration Research Training Center, and it recommends policies, whether for the MOJ or for the Korean government. All the labor attaches, and I was the one very vocal on the matter that since it is a short-term, the EPS program is a short-term circulation, the principle is short-term. Talagang 3 years, tapos na siya, plus extension of 1 year and 10 months, which is based in the law. So, since the short-term circulation principle is there, it is very obvious that the intention is to prevent permanent settlement. Incidentally, in that meeting, other than the labor attaches present, the MOEL, represented by Deputy Director of the Foreign Workforce Policy, was there, and the Visa and Residence Deputy Director of the KIS.